Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's the last day of the Christmas craft of 23, hosted by Rach Bella Crafts. The last day, everyone. What are we going to do in December? It's such an honour to be taking part for the second year. It's Kay from the Paper Shed. I'm so happy to be back. I've had a year off due to a huge move to the Middle East, which has been amazing. But just as we were getting settled, I had to return to the UK as my mum was taken ill, and we later, after a short illness, we later lost her. So it's been really, really difficult to get back to normal, if normal is ever normal after you lose your mum. But I don't want to dwell on that. I'm back in the Middle East now, and I'm so happy to be ending this year's collaboration along with Val's Craft Creations and Paper Groove Studio. So you've got 3 full videos to watch today to end this absolutely brilliant collaboration from Rach and Bella Crafts. I don't know how they do all this, and each and every one of them have made some fabulous projects along the way. If you've been watching every day, you'll know what I'm talking about. So as well as all of those collaborators that have done those fabulous projects, there's also a fabulous kit which came with the collaboration. Now, I'm not going to go through it. I'm not going to show you because there's loads of people that have gone through it. And if you look at the videos, the very first one that Rach and Bella Crafts did for the launch shows you the whole thing. So if you want to go and see that, please go back to the beginning and you'll see it there. The other thing that they've arranged is a fabulous prize draw. Wouldn't be Christmas without some prizes. So it's a fantastic giveaway prizes this year. There is a total of 54. I believe there is probably some more because as I've watched the videos, people have said they didn't get a chance to put theirs in. And all you have to do is to subscribe if you like the video, like it, comment on all of the videos, including this one, to be in with a chance to win. So all the links will be linked down below. That will be the link for all of the videos where you can find those. The hashtag Christmas Craft Off 23 will be there where you can find all the videos. There'll be a link to Rach and Bella's Christmas kits that have been used in all of the collaborations. That will be linked down below. And I think that's everything I need to tell you for now. So we can get started. Hooray. Okay, so I'm back. We all had prompts actually, and I forgot to say. My prompt was shaping up Snowman Ephemera. I did do a few projects to start with, but it didn't really grab me. I was doing tags and different bits of ephemera, and it wasn't really anything to get my teeth into. So, and then I needed something really to push me along. So I came up with an ephemera folio, and obviously then on day one, when we all watched Rachel's video, she did a ephemera folder as well. But I'd gone too far with planning and everything else to come back from that. So I'm going to stick with my ephemera folio. It is different to Rachel's, so it will just give you a different alternative. So we're going to start off with our first sheet of A4, and we need to score that at 5 3/4 and 6. If your second piece and your third piece have to be cut, so we're going to do that first. So I try and do everything on my Tim Holtz because my big one is just too big for my desk. And this first one needs cutting at 6 3/4. So that's your 6, which is what you get on Tim Holtz. That is 6.5 where I've marked it, and that is 7. So we're just going to come back a little bit because this doesn't need to be that accurate. We just need to have a little gap on the inside of the folded sheet. So that's that one. That's your second page, which is your extra page. and the third sheet needs to be cut at 5.5 and 5.5, and you need both of those pieces and they become your flaps. Now that didn't cut straight. Let me just cut that straight. I find that with tin holes. And that's the bit of waste that you get there. So I'm just going to check this one again, as that cut line didn't seem to cut on a straight edge. That's better. Okay, so what you end up with is your 2 5.5 flaps and your third page. Move that out of the way. So on this one, you're going to be scoring on the shortest length. 6 3/4. Yeah, which is 1. So you score it at 1 and 1 1/4. And you'll see now, I'll just bend those the same as I did the main body. And then what we'll do is I'll just show you how that fits inside here. And that becomes your third page, like so. So when that's folded in, it's just shy of that fold line there, here, just so that you've got enough room in there when it's folded as a folio. So that's your third page. On your 5.5s, you're going to score on the 8 1/4 side, because these are going to become your flaps. So you want those to be at I did it down the bottom here for some reason, I don't know why. 7.5 and 7 3/4, and you need to do that on both pieces. They become your flaps. 7.5 and 3/4. So that is going to be all you need to do for now to create your folio. And what we're going to do is we're going to create the folio and get it glued. So I'm just going to do those. Where's the other one gone? There it is. Okay, so we'll get this one put in first with your glue. Get the glue, and we're just going to stick that down. Just go down the edge all the way around. Let me bring my glue stand out so that I'm not forever. And all we're going to do is just slide that into place. Now what you want to do here is get the top and the bottom, and then when you pull this up, just slide that in so that that line there, where you can see the bump, that's the bit that you want. And then I'm going to just burnish those. Get that glue out if you can. There we go. And I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to make sure that that's all in. Just going to burnish that. Used a little bit overzealous on the glue there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stick these into the middle. Okay, so we're going to use the same process. Now this doesn't go right to the end of your line this time, on here or here. It's equally either side. That's just so that it gives it enough space when you're coming to put it together that nothing catches. I just find that if you do it right to the score lines all the time, it clicks and clacks with all the other bits and pieces. So we're going to do it this way. I'm just going to close that off. No, that's the bit I want. So I'm just going to pop this on. So there. And again, you don't really need to use loads and loads of glue, only because, to be perfectly honest, you to that now. Eyeball it. It does need to be more or less in the middle. And turn it over and just burnish that. Get rid of all that glue. And then that one fits in like so. Now when you come to do this one, we're going to use that as a guide. So how we're going to do that, get some more glue on. And then we're going to go into there like so. I'm going to eyeball it the best I can on either side. A bit odd. Okay, get it up to that score line nice and snug. Bring that over. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to move. Actually, that's pretty well done, that. Just going to make sure that these two here actually match. And so that's your top. It's pretty much a level. There's not much difference in that at all. And that one comes down. Okay, so we've got that done now. So that's your folio. Okay, so I'm back. What I've done here is I've just made a list of all the measurements that you need just for the folio measurements. I mean, you can do them to whatever measurements that you want to do and just follow along that way. I just thought I'd do this just to help a little bit for those of you that need a better guide. So if you just want to take a screenshot of that, there is a few things on there that will not mean anything to you at all, but the measurements are what you're interested in. So that's what that is. And then later on in the video, I've got another one underneath that will give you all the sizes for the backing pages and pockets that go on each page. So we'll just do this one for now. I'll leave that there for a second or two. Okay, so we're ready to decorate now. I'll move that out of the way. Where can I put you? Okay, I'll put you there. This is my mock-up of what I did. So this is my prototype. Isn't she absolutely gorgeous? There's some absolutely beautiful papers in this kit. It's just stunning. And I'll go through that in a second with you. I just wanted to do the front because I'm changing the way that I'm doing the front. Only because on day 10 I made this topper, which was from one of the collaborators on day 10 called Crafty Landing. She did this amazing sort of window topper, which is just beautiful. So I've decorated it up and I wanted to use this for my topper. So I just need a backing page on the front page and then that one will be completed. So I'm just going to put this backing page on. I wanted a sort of light backing page just so that this would show up a little bit more. So I've stitched around the edge. If you like it or you'd like to have a go, pop across to day 10, find Crafty Landing and yeah, just go for it because this was fantastic to make and I love it. So we'll get this inked up and put down. So hasn't this collaboration been stunning? It's been amazing. I can't believe it's ended already. I've watched so many videos. I'm actually fully caught up, so I've watched quite a few videos now. I've got a list of the ones that I do still want to make stuff from, which is great. And yeah, it's been amazing. I just can't believe the amount of creativity that everyone's shown. I'm just a little worried that mine's probably not matching everyone else's, but hey ho, I'm back, and this is the start of it. So we're just going to glue that. Plenty of glue. Let's get this slided on. I'm better off opening it and then I can see. Perfect. And then this is, we're going, oh damn it, we're going to need a tie. I've still forgotten now, haven't I? Right, so we just need to get a tie for this one. Just get some silk that goes all the way around and get that glued on. Luckily I can still do it from that bit. I've got a note on my notepad not to forget to do it, and I've gone and forgot. But this is also going to need one as well. So I think what we'll do is we'll get this one stuck on, and I'm just going to do it with tape. I'm sorry, I'm aware that I'm not on camera. I don't understand why. In the setup, it's completely different to how I had it before, and it's I'm finding it difficult to work it out. So you'll have to bear with me. So I want it to be about halfway. Just burnish that down a bit. All the way along there. Get that taken off. Sorry, when I'm concentrating, I tend to mumble, and I do apologise. I'm just concentrating, so just bear with me, just while I get my groove back. This red Sari silk's absolutely beautiful. Right, so I just need a little bit more off of there. We can trim that off later, but we are going to need something on. Oh, I didn't need it on that bit. I'll have to be careful now. Yes, what I need is I still need something on this as a tie. So I think rather than, I might just use a bit of jute. What do you think? Oh, how am I going to do that? She didn't show us how to put it on. That one just ties there. Put some charms on that then. Yeah, I'll do that. Because then we can stick some charms on. So what I'm going to do is on the back, I am going to put a bit more tape on the back one. About there. And I think what I'll do as well, because it's a bit. Okay, let's burnish that on. And then let's get those picked off. Yeah, so my desk is actually completely different from before, and it's a bit odd when you're trying to work through it. Try and get that one off as well. I am going to glue this as well. I just want this bit of extra security around the edges because it's sort of beveled. Okay, let's get rid of the junk. Let's get this in the middle. Have a bounce. Just get some glue now. Okay, hopefully that should be enough. That's going to be a pain now, isn't it? Do it that way just because I need to see what is in relation to that. Oh no. I'm going to have to try and get that off, aren't I? Or I'm going to have to cover it so it's not a pain in the butt. I'm going to burnish that down a bit. I can take that off. Okay, so this is your little closure for this. And I think what we'll do is we'll just have a little, make a little bow, and then I'll just stick a nice little charm on it. I have made some up actually. And as I said, I mean, this came out absolutely stunning. I love it. But I think what you could actually do is you could put some of the see-through pockets on here, and you could actually add ephemera still to these, on some of them at least. They'll make quite nice biggish pockets, maybe just for the fronts of these few, which will give you added pockets. So I will show you how to do those clear pockets in a sec. It's a bit too long. Okay. So our front page is already done. Excellent job. I don't think I can get this off, but we'll see. Sometimes it comes off okay, sometimes it doesn't. I'm just ripping my paper, but it's got to be covered, so there. At least that will just stop it from being a pain. Okay, so our front cover's actually done, and I'm loving that already. Stunning. So as I say, Crafty Landing, day 10. Go and try it, it's amazing. So now we're going to do page 2. From scratch, and that is, we first need a backing sheet. We just need some nice papers for a backing sheet. She's quite pretty, isn't she? Quite like her. Or we could go with the... Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Oh, I like that. Okay, so just get my ruler and if I just bring this up, just where that line is. Okay, if that's okay. No, I'm going to have to cut it now because I've made it too short, too big, and I'm not going to get that off. Just needs to be a smidge, and we just need a smidge off the top. Smidge off the top. So that's going to go nicely onto there. So we'll link that up. So they've all got backing sheets. I tend to keep to the plain type, depending on what's going to be on the front. And yeah, but these papers are gorgeous. I mean, there's some beauties in here. So that's enough for that. So we'll get that glued in. And page 3 and 4 are exactly the same as this. So I'm going to, what I'll do is I'll stop the camera and then I'll do 3 and 4. Just so that we can move on. I want you to get a finished product at the end, if possible, without making it too... So now we need a little pocket just to go across here. Okay, I've zoomed out a little bit, so I'm hoping that I'm going to get it more in the screen now. So I do apologise for that. Right, we needed a second pocket. A first pocket. So I quite liked the train, but by the time I've took the edges, and because of the size of it, I'm going to cut that top off. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with a fairly plain bit and we'll decorate it instead. Now, I haven't done it with the others because I've used decorative papers. So this will be a little different. So hopefully, and I need that to be 3.5. Put it around the right way. 3.5 by 6. I want to keep that wording on a bit. Oh, there's wording on this side as well. Oh, okay. So we'll just go with that then. And I'll just get the smaller one because this will do. And we need to do a 1/4 inch that way. We need to do a 1/4 inch this side. And then whichever way your pocket is, do the bottom as another 1/4 inch. And on the side there. And then we'll cut that. So just line to that end. Those 2 off as well. And then we can get that pocket on. Okay, just burnish those into place. Get that inked up. I don't think I've put notches in my others, but because this one's fairly plain, I'm actually think I'm going to do it. And I hate trying to find the middle. So I always tend to go off a little. And then if you put it down like this and you had more pockets up the page, I would stagger them. And I just find it a lot easier to do it that way than to try and keep finding the middle of everything just for the notch. I like using tabs actually for the pockets. I know we tend to use them for pages, but for pockets. Now, I was watching one of the videos and somebody, I can't remember who it is, but they squeeze the top bit just slightly and it allows the pocket to stand up. What a great tip. It just allows the pocket to stand up, which I think is fabulous. Because I often do pockets and then I find it's so difficult to get in it. So there's that pocket. We're going to decorate that with some ephemera in a sec. But I want to get the other pieces on. And I'm going to need to cut them down, aren't I think. So just for out of interest, I've probably got some cut actually. But I looked around, I hadn't got any acetate. So what I did, I had to try and find some plastic that would fit. So I keep everything. I mean, this is a piece of plastic, or acetate it is actually. This from a collar in a shirt. And I just thought, oh, that could be used as like a closure. That would be so fun. Obviously I wasn't looking for a closure then. I was looking for a pocket, a size pocket. But I felt it was just too hard. It's not give-ish enough. So I didn't even try that. But I will try that as a closure. I think that covered in some material would be fab as a little closure. Maybe. Something for later. Then I got some books that have got these plastic covers on. And this was about the right size. But I found that when I was pulling it apart, it was ripping slightly, so I wasn't sure how that would be. Now I have put some of these in my mock-up one, so I'm going to see over time to see whether that does actually work, but we're not going to use that today. Then I came up with the Polly Pockets. Now I didn't think these would be very good because of how flimsy they are. I mean, these ones are quite a decent thickness, but I liked it because it's completely clear. There's no, some you get that are frosted, and I mean, you could use that if that's what you're looking for. So I opted for these, and they've worked fabulous. And I've tried to do them different ways. So I've glued some, but it's not great with ordinary glue. So I tried my tape, and what I like about the tape, although it's quite thick, I mean, I think the smallest I've got is the 1/4 inch. I think I have got some of the red ribbon tape, which is much, much thinner, which would actually work brilliant with these because you need the security and the so that when you've got your ephemera in there, obviously, each time you get it in and out, it's not pulling off the page. But I've tried and tested with that mock-up all the different ways of putting them on, and the tape works fabulously, and I like it because although it is thick, it is clear. So the actual pocket looks quite clear all the way along, so you don't actually see anything, whereas with the glue you see a little bit, and I might have some little 2 inches. Then yeah, so I think I've cut some 2-inch ones there, which are spare, but I just want to show you, I just want to show you how to cut it. So I'm going to do it from scratch for you. So I'm using Polly Pockets. Use the thickest micron that you can. in the Polly Pockets, and make sure that they're completely clear. Now, if you use the frosted ones, or if you've only got the frosted ones, try you can do that, because that will hide your what do you call it, your sticky quite a lot better actually. Now we need two, so because these are double-sided, I keep them attached to each other because it helps. It's attached at the bottom here and it's attached here, so I just cut it along the bottom and then cut off what I want afterwards. So this is, I need them to be 2-inch strips, so I'm going to cut it from there, and you're just going to need to pull that so it's level. Now it is difficult to see, and I don't think I can get, oh you can, so you can see there that you just line it up. Do it in quite good light, because when I was actually doing it, it was night time, and just take it slow. If you just get stuck on anything, just push it down a bit more. And there you go. So you've got a 2-inch strip there now. And it's attached that side and attached that side. Now the other thing that I did in my other one, when I did the bigger pockets, I literally left this on and I wrapped it around. So this, I only had tape here and here, which was good. But that's only helps if you've got both pages of the same. Does that make sense? And what you want is, now you just want one here, and I'm going to mark it because I want it right up to my paper. Okay, so we're going to cut that bit off now, and that will release that one edge. Okay, so just put your mark in there, make sure that it's square there and flat at the bottom before you cut it, because believe me, I've done it several ways. Now I'm going to turn it over because I don't want them attached, so I'm going to turn it, I'm going to open it up, and then I'm going to cut it on that line. So again, make sure it's leveled up there, make sure it's on there, hold it down and just cut it. And there you've got your two pieces. Okay, so yeah, keep them together like that, because you never know when it's going to come in handy. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put it on this bit, and I don't know if you can actually see it still. Okay, they don't have to be absolutely perfect. You know, it's you're not really going to be able to see it because it's so clear. If you use the frosted ones, you will probably need to be a bit more accurate. I can't say that word, can I? Oh no, look what I've done. That's better. Okay. And then one piece along there. So I haven't gone right down to the bottom there. Okay, and then when you turn it over, you're going to create this pocket here. Now you're going to put one there, and you're going to put one there. And that gives you a large pocket and two see-through pockets. So just going to do this one as well. I used to have a little square that I used to cut the tape with, which is better than your scissors. Ooh. just going to burnish those down on those 3 sides. We don't need to do this, but I do it anyway. And then we're going to get those on. So initially I was leaving it at the 3 pockets. So I had 2 pockets, see-through pockets at the top, and then I had a paper pocket, packed paper pocket on the bottom. Okay, burnish that on. And as you can see, that pocket's on there. You've got a little lip here where you put your things in. Now I like it tight because obviously if you've got a few things in and it's not full, sorry, I just spotted a bit that needs cutting off. It holds few as well as a lot, so it will obviously get a bit bigger over time. Okay. And then with this one, I'm just going to put that, so I don't know if you can see. I'm just going to go just underneath that one and just above this pocket here. Get your edge on and make sure that when you do the bottom bit, you've got it straight before you put that last side down. Now we'll go over that with you when I do the bigger pockets. And that's what you've got, is 2 pockets, and I'll show you with some ephemera. Well, not ephemera, but so you've got these 2 pockets here, all the way along there. You've got this pocket along here. You've got this one down here. And then I had a thought, like you do, that actually it wouldn't harm to put another pocket on here. Which is what I'm going to do, I think. So I ended up putting 3 clear pockets on each of the 3 pages. I just need to get me cutter to just cut this back down. And it really did help. What it's done is I've been able to, I made that I want that to be in my pocket bit. Okay. I made the ephemera folder, folio, whatever you want to call it. I made that I made them all 2 inches, by the way. So I made the ephemera folder out of the kit, and then the full kit, because I printed off the full kit. So what I've done is I forgot what that needs to be now. Just use your ruler to find out. 5.5. I should know this by now. I've been using the same measurements for the last few days. 5.5 it is. So just make sure that that's square there. Hold that down. Put that on. And we don't need to, but well, it will come in actually for my next page, so that's fine. I'll just hold it down. That's that one done. Okay, so we're just going to pop one on this bit here. I don't know whether you can actually see, so I'll just go over it again. I just need my tape. So because you can't see, it's difficult to get that right, which is why it's good to have a little, I used to have a little, what do you call it, you know, that you do stamping with, the little clear blocks, and I used to have a tiny square one, and I used to use it to rip my tape. It was just so handy, but I can't find it anywhere. But I am getting to more grips about finding out what I can get in Qatar. I found some fantastic bookshops. They call them bookshops here, but they supply a lot of craft stuff, a lot of electronics, but they're all called bookshops mainly. I have found recently another stationer's in one of the other regions, which I went to last week actually, and I managed to pick up some large envelopes and stuff like that. That's helped, because what I cannot get here is cardstock, proper cardstock. So I'm having to resort to using a lot of packaging, which realistically is what we should use in junk journaling. I mean, if you're going to make a junk journal, you need really to be making it out of junk. But it is nice to have a few sort of, oh, that's it. There you go. So that's another pocket on there. So now you've got this pocket as well now down here. The little ephemera, big pocket there, small one there, and a small one there. And your 3 pages, which is this one and this one, are all the same. So you just decorate this one, decorate that one, exactly the same way as you've decorated that one. Now I was going to stick a bit of ephemera on there, but because I've put that pocket on, I'm going to be limited. So I think what I'll do is I'll go and do these. I'll go and do these, and then I'll come back so that we can decorate this one up and any others that need decorating up. And then we can get on to the rest of the folio, because I'm aware that this is going to be going on a little bit too long. So let me go away and do that, and I'll be back. Okay, I do apologise. I did this, filmed it, and then my program actually closed to refresh. I think I must have lost the internet. All I've actually done is I've done the 3 pages for you here and here. So this is the one we did, and then I did those 2 off camera. I've actually done those because I need to sort of be savvy with the time a little bit. So I got to page 5, and these were the options. It was either going to be the house, or the little girl. I quite like that actually. It's really pretty. She's so pretty and Victorian. There was that one, and then the cozy fire, which almost made it. And then I had this one. I'm not keen on that side, but I thought it was a bit too modern. So I eventually went with Father Christmas. So all I've done is actually cut it to size and glued it down. What we need to do now is make the plastic pocket for the top. So we're just going to do the same as before. This plastic pocket though is going to be 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to cut 5 and I want to do it that way, sorry. So I'm going to do 5 1/4. And so I'm just going to level that up there, and I'm just going to level it up at the top rather than the bottom here because of that. And that's 5 1/4. So I'm just going to cut down there, and then it needs to be 5 1/4 this way, 5 1/4 that way. Okay, so I've got it lined up there and lined up there. You can't really see it. I do apologise. And then that is going to go. Okay, and that is going to go on here. Now, what I was saying before is when I do this, when I do it this way, you can actually do it like that. Now, this page is done that way, so we will come to that eventually. Okay, so that's 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. And we probably could have done this a little bit bigger, but we're going to go with that. So I'm going to need to cut that bit off of there because I don't need it on this particular occasion. So I'm just going to open it up, take it to that crease line and cut it dead on the line. Make sure it's square. Okay. And then we're just going to do exactly the same. We're just going to put some tape around it and we're going to fix it to the page. Now I did do this before, and I did it around, and that because one side was going to be 5 1/2, and so I cut it down to be smaller so that you wouldn't get mixed up the same way I did, because then I glued the 3 sides without thinking, and I'd glued the wrong 3 sides. So I've just made it easier by making it square so that you don't get that problem with yours. Just going to quickly burnish those lines in. I have noticed on the other one as well, as I keep opening it and closing it, that on the ones that I did, the pockets that I made with the book cover, because that was a lot more brittle, I noticed it doesn't hold the stuff in very well. So when you do keep opening and closing it, it's quite noticeable. Okay. And there we have a nice big pocket on there so that you can, what can I use to show you? I just put all the paper away. Come on now, what I've got here. Got a nice, she says, go on in and find it. Nice big pocket here, look, that will take your ready-made envelopes, for instance, or some larger tags. So yeah, so that was what that one was for. Now we're going to go on to the back cover to do page 6. What I'm going to do is do a backing piece. Let me just get rid of the rubbish. So we're going to do a backing piece because we're going to make a policy envelope, but this one has got a bit of a gusset so that you can get ready-made things into there really easily. So it's just got a bit of a gusset in it so that you can, haven't done it at the bottom, I've just done it at the sides, and that just means that you can actually hold quite a bit of stuff, and then it doesn't actually bulk your book out, your folio out too badly because this is on the back. I think these are a fabulous idea. I'm actually going to make them for every kit I've got because I think it's great. So that's what we're up to at the moment. So I'll leave that there so that we can see it. We don't need those for the time being. Just put those over there. So we're just going to find a backing piece. It doesn't need to be anything too fancy because a lot of it is going to get covered up. So see if we've got any of the scrap pieces. sort of wanted, I might actually do it with that in mind, only because that's what's on the front. Yeah, I'm going to do that, I think. A lot of it's covered. It's just going to show you the top and the bottom. And to be honest, you could make your envelope bigger if you wanted to fill a bigger page. In fact, that's what we'll do. I think we'll make it a slightly bigger envelope because it is handy to have that on the back, as I said, because of how much bulk it will show on the folio. So I think that's a good idea. So yeah, so I want that quite up to there. I'm going to mark this one, just make it easier. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to cut those little bits off and get this one down. Okay. I'll just ink those. Yeah, so my move to Qatar went actually quite well, and the weather when I first got here was lovely, absolutely lovely. I did go back home in April, and I didn't get back till June, and I came back to the worst weather. Only in respects to the fact that it's just coming up to the summer months then, and the summer months here are quite a thing. You literally just sweat. Not very nice thing to say. Well, should I say we perspire, don't we, ladies? We perspire, men sweat. But it is so humid here in the summer. And I mean, everywhere is aircon. It doesn't stop you from doing anything apart from walking outside. You literally can't. You have to come out of your apartment and you have to get straight into an air-conditioned car or taxi or whatever it is your transport is, and you have to go straight to your destination. I mean, all the malls here, there's loads of malls here. The shopping is an experience in itself. I do find it's very Americanized here with, the big shopping malls and the actual shops that are actually here. There's an awful lot that we don't have in England. But there's an awful lot that is just theirs as well. But they do have all of the sort of very expensive shops like Gucci, and so if that's the sort of thing you're looking for, then great. But it's out of my price range. And all I really want is crafting supplies. I just want crafting supplies. I was lucky actually. I did actually find a stationer's just sort of out of the area last week, and I went not really sure what to expect, and I did find glue and envelopes and tissue and tape, all sorts of things that are really, really handy, but no cards still. I just cannot get cardstock. It's horrendous. So we're going to now do this what do you call it, policy envelope, and I was going to do it in the same, but then I wanted to use this paper because it's blue, a bit like the front, and I'm keeping in sort of, oh, I've used it on there. So yeah, so I want to use this. So I'm going to make it bigger, longer I should say. So instead of just cutting it to where I need it to cut, first I'm just going to take that down to there. And then I need the width of it to be 7.5. So I'm going to have to just mark that with my ruler somewhere. If I just mark it on the 7.5 mark, that's where I need to cut. So I'm just going to cut that down, and then we'll get it. Where is it? Now I can't find it. Have I put it in the right way? There it is. I've got it. I've got it. That's the 7.5. I'm going to use that for the lid or for the flap on my envelope. I'm just going to cut that down to that way. And then on this bit, we're then going to score for our body of the envelope. And we're going to score it at 1/2 inch and 1 inch. 1/2 inch and 1 inch. We'll turn it round and we're going to do the same this side. 1/2 inch and 1 inch. I'm sorry if you can hear the singing mosque. It happens several times a day here. I actually find it really soothing. I mean, I'm not religious in any sort of way, but I actually do find it quite soothing. And that's going to be your gusset. So we're just going to fold it in like that. So you fold the first one over and then that one back. You fold the first line over and then that one back. Okay. And that's going to be our body, which is going to go on there like so. All right. Yeah, you'll get a lot more in that way, I think, as well. So I'm not going to bother with the bottom, a bottom flap or anything. I'm just going to glue it straight onto the page. I'm just going to wipe that bit off there so that one doesn't get stuck. I'm just going to wipe that bit off there so that one doesn't get stuck. Okay, and then we'll just glue this bit. And we're going to put this bit down first. Get that bit onto there. We've got that in the right place. Then fold it down and put the bottom bit down. And then fold that one in on itself. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to burnish that glue in on that side, there, and then there. I actually think that needs to stay glued there. I think we'll glue that down. And we'll glue this side down. Okay, we need to burnish this one on. This side on here. Okay, so you can see there, you've got a nice opening of your pocket. Make sure it goes that when you do it. Okay, so that's your body. We're going to do the top. I'm going to need that in a minute because I'm going to do the, oh mind you, we could do it out of something a bit better than that, I think. We'll have a look. I'm just going to do the flap. And that flap needs to come however far down you want it, really. I'm going to do mine to about there. So I'm going to use all of that because that's going to be my underpiece. So I just want that so that it's as wide as my envelope. And then I'll just give that a chop. Okay. So you are going to need to just make another line there for your, I'm going to make it, because it's covered, just see how far. Yeah, I'm just going to make it 1/2 inch. So I'm just going to do that as an 1/2 inch. I do want those corners rounded though. So we'll just do that and that. I'm not going to cut the corners because I want to cover it again inside. So that's going to go and be glued onto there, like so. You can make it come down to here, so you could put that in there if you wanted to on the end. So you've only got a bit of a gap. But we may as well go the whole hog, do it from the top of the page. Yeah, and then I'll just get another piece of this. I might have a spare piece somewhere that I can just pop across there. So realistically, we would have wanted that underneath that. It's only because I've changed my mind about what I'm doing. I don't think I'll get it up now because it's been on too long. So we're just going to cover it again, but you won't need to do that. What you'll need to do if you're going to do it this way is I wouldn't cover the back page. I would stick my envelope down and then I would just put a piece in from the top to so far down, so that at least when you're opening that, you've got a pretty page to see. But I mean, it doesn't have to be. So, yeah, I'm going to stick that one down now. Let's do this one, so that I don't forget. Ideally, this would have been in thicker paper, thicker card. Not necessarily your thick card, but a bit thicker than this paper is. Obviously, I'm just using what I've got. To do it, so like I said, you'd have put that down first before you'd have put the inside backing on. But I'm just going to do that and line it up to there. It's pretty good. Right, so what we need now is our closure. What I probably could have done there actually is I could have double-sided this, which is probably what I would have done. Okay, so I found what I want for my, I wanted a little bit brighter red than this because I sort of wanted it to stick out a bit better, but it's not the case. So what I'm going to do is you're going to need quite a few of these circles. Well, I need a few of these circles because, oh dear. let me do it double thickness, and then I might get a bit of feel for that. So yeah, so I've only got paper in this. I didn't really want to get any more printed off, so I'm just going to do these at double thickness. Okay. Oh, that one's no good. Where did that one go? All I'm going to do is just stick these together. So I tend to do that. I'm just wondering if I've got some more of this somewhere. It doesn't necessarily have to be patterned or cut it out of anything really, as long as the top one's like this. So oh, that one's a dud one. Oh well, I'll cut that now. Okay. More thicker than that, I think. Bit of a pain when you haven't got card. But I'm going to stop talking about the card. Okay, so we've put quite a few together there. That's plenty thick enough. I'm just going to do that before I forget. And I'm going to make the other one up. I need some more of that. Some of that and some there. So here we go. One, two, three. I've got 5 out of that one. Okay, so we've got all of those out of there, and then I just need a couple of smaller ones for the back. I always do them like this because I just find it helps with the stringing. Sorry, I'm not on camera, am I? Getting carried away now. It's because I've gone over my hour and I've got quite a lot still to do, and I really did want to do a full project. So what I'm going to do after I've done this is I've got one more thing that I need to show you. It is quite quick, and then the rest I will complete because they're all the same or similar pages. And then what I'll do is give you a flip through at the very end. I think that's enough. Just going to do this. That's the way. Okay, so they're there. And then what I'm going to do is just get a couple of small bits out of a cardstock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then I'm just going to put those together. Okay. Just helps with the string. It just saves it going right down to the brad. So it does help. So get those stuck down, and then we can do the brads. Now, I did find some nice snowflake ones, which I think I'm going to use. Seems it's the Christmas one and I will never use them otherwise. What I want is my pokey tool. What I do here is that's the halfway mark for the 1 inch. Okay, this is the halfway mark. And then on the side, that's the halfway mark. And you're not far out when you do it like that. This one doesn't really matter where the hole is as long as it's fairly in the middle. Just like to get it sort of in the middle. That isn't in the middle. But again, on these ones, halfway mark, and you can't go far too out of your way. And because those brads are actually quite big on the front, it will be fine. So we get that brad on, and we get that on there. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick some glue on this, just so that when that sticks on it, it sticks down. Okay, and it right down so that snowflake sits properly. Look in the middle now, does she? For all of that. She doesn't she? Have I gone off? I haven't really gone off. Be a little further over there. All I do actually for that is I just make a bigger hole moving towards that middle bit. And then what happens is she moves over slightly. Go. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to find the middle to this flap, which is 5.5. So that's 2.5, 2.5, and 1, 2, 2.5 is there, and half of that is there. So we're looking at about here for the middle. It doesn't matter whether it's high up or lower down. I'm going to probably want to, no, I think I want to stick there actually. I'm just going to stick my hole in. And then what I'm going to do before I do that is I'm just going to come down to as straight as possible, and I'm just going to mark where I want that one to be. Now you don't want to do it too far down, of course you've got to get inside the pocket to put the backing sheet on. So let's just glue this on. And then that one can go through there. No, it's because the bottom's apart. Look, that's it. Okay. So we're going to put one in here. I'm going to do this one because this is the one that's apart and that one's going to drive me mad. So we're going to stick that through there. I'm going to open those up and I want it to stay as flat as possible on there. Okay. And then this one's the same. Go. Turn it around so that you can see what you're doing. Get that in there. And then I can open that up. Okay, so we're just going to push that there. And these two are going to get stuck onto there. As I say, that would have been done in the paper if I'd have backed the paper, back this. So that would have been in the paper, so you wouldn't have been able to see it like this one if I open this one up. for you, I can show you what I mean. So what I did was I matched it up. I don't know if you can see. So I sort of matched it up with the paper there. And you can't see it. And what I should have done is lined that flap, and then I would have matched it up with that. And the inside one, to be honest to God, doesn't really matter. You've just got to get it over that bit. And the reason for that is because we all know that they catch like mad when you put stuff in and out. Just have that down, have that down. And we've got the rings on, yay! Now then, I'm going to just use the white that I had, only because it's easier. And all you do is you go in, you can see that that bit is going to stay open. Okay, that's actually gone round the brad now. I've said that, but that doesn't really matter. And then all we're going to do is we're going to go round and round and around until we've got 2 or 3 goes at it. 2 or 3 goes at it. What's wrong with that one? That's it. We want 2 or 3 goes, and then you can come off. And then what I did with that one, which I quite like to do, I've done it on quite a lot of my albums actually, is I just get my little have I got some of that red left? I have actually. Let me just get some of that red, and then I'll do it in the same. So I just want 2 of these, 1 and 2. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick some glue on the one. I'm going to put the end of my thing in, all the way in, and then that's going to sit on the top. And when that's dry, we'll ink that up. And there you've got, it just adds a little bit of weight to the string, which I find handy with a lot of the projects. So it's just a handy thing. So there we are. That is your page 6. Now on page 7, which is on the inside, it is literally just very similar to this page. So what we're going to do is we're going to back it. I've got this one, which I think I'm going to put on the inside. That's page 7. And then we just need a page 8. And then this one is the long one. So what you do is it's your 5 1/4 and 5 1/4 still, but it's your half page. So when you cut it, it still looks like this. But instead of cutting it along the line, you leave them so that it's a full page like this. Then all you need to do is put your thing down here, and then it folds over this page when you've got your pages on, and it goes on like so. Okay, that's all there is to it. Okay, so I'm back with the all finished, all glued up, everything's in it, fabulous. So this was how we finished it off. Let's just give you a quick flip through of it all. This card topper, let me just pop those out of the way a minute. This card topper was done on day 10 by Crafty Landing. It was such a beautiful project to do, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I can't wait to use these in the spring and stuff like that to make them flowers and all sorts. It was just adorable. So I did my snowman ephemera thing on the front. All the bits are from, everything I've used is from the kit, obviously apart from my embellishments. So this is the window, so you get a nice surprise at the end. And mine is the little house. I love it. So she put like 3 different things in the window. Now I didn't have something with dots on, so I white acrylic this with acrylic paint just to give it a bit of snow look, which I loved. I loved the way that came out. I could have done a bit better with the lace, but I hadn't got anything that was close knit, so I had to go with what I'd got, but I still love the way it came out. We've got a little snow dangle up there that's just put on with a brad, and I've just got a little present dangle there. I've finished it off with a little ticket on the spine. Now, I was looking for my bulb pins and couldn't find them, and I came across this knitted one, and it's actually worked great. Love it because it's red as well. So what I did here was I just put a dangle on, a couple of stars on there, and I've put a little note on the back to say it's the Christmas ephemera from 2023, so that when that's on your shelf or in your bookcase, you don't have to grab them all out. You can literally just have a look at which one you want and take that out, which I think is great. So in here we've got all our Snowman ephemera. We've got all of the fussy cuts that are in the kit. I did print absolutely everything off and fussy cut everything, and I actually inked around everything as well. So you've got 3 pages that are the same. This one, the one under there, and that one. And then this one flips up. Aren't these adorable? I got these in one of the bookstores here, and it came, would you believe, in this packaging. And it's 15. There was 15 pieces. I think it was about, oh yeah, I put it here, £1.87. And it's like a triangle, a slight triangle, but I cut it down the middle so that I can cut that out, and I can make like a window tag, or I can make something out of that. I'm so excited about it. I love it. So that's that. But yeah, they're little coffee cups with little hearts on, which I love. So I tabbed these. This is a part of the collab as well on day 10, which was Junk Journal Joy. And she made this stacking envelopes with a tag that wraps around them. And this is the one that I did. What I did with this one though is, when I was putting it all together yesterday, I put a plastic pocket on there, and I shouldn't have done. And I thought, well, I can't take it off because it'll just ruin it. So I've gone with it, and what I've done is I've stuck the envelopes to my plastic wallet. So I've actually got a pocket down there for really long things. This then comes out, and then I've made that into a pocket as well, which I didn't do on the other one. So they're all great for envelopes. And then we open that up, and then these are a couple of tags that I made. So this is a bottle tag, which I made when I was trying to do some Snowman ephemera, and I just thought, what different tags can I use? So I made this tag up, and it's a bottle tag. So you hang it over your bottle, and then that's that. You write on this one. I just love that, the way it's come out. Anyway, I thought I'd pop it in there out of the way. And then this one is like an envelope tag, and you pop a little tag in the back there to write on, and there you have your little snowman. So it's just a little square envelope. You leave the top because that holds your bit of tag, and then that's it. You just decorate it up. I thought they were fab. Loved it. Here we've got all the gingerbread stuff. So that's another pocket. This one lifts up. You've got another pocket here. Sorry, you're not on the screen. Got another pocket here. And aren't these mouses? Mices? Do you say mices? Adorable. I just love them. I can't wait to do a project with them. And then that's your middle one. So there's your middle 3, which are all the same. So they've all got 4 pockets on each. So you've got a see-through pocket here, a pattern paper pocket there, and 2 more see-through pockets there. Same on that one. And it will hold as much as you want it to hold. So isn't that just lovely? On the back, we've then got our policy envelope. I haven't got anything in this one, I don't think. Which will hold bigger stuff. I wouldn't recommend you put small stuff in there because it'll be a bugger to get out. But yeah. So that was that one. And then this was the prototype, which I haven't put a dangle on yet, but I am going to. And this one holds all of the cards, stamps, the bigger bits and pieces that you get. There's so much stuff to this kit. So this was the one that I initially made, but there's no plastic wallet behind it, and I didn't make this part into a pocket, which I could have done, like I've done on there. So I've got the same clip, same tab, big pocket here. This is another big pocket. This is just holding the larger tags and some envelopes. Then we've got this one here, which is holding all of the pockets, you know, the bits that you attach to pages. So the side pockets and the these sort of pockets, these ones. So I put all my pockets and stuff in there, attachments, and then these are all my tags and stamps and everything else. So it's made up exactly the same way. There you go. And that is your other part of your ephemera. And then there's a smaller polar pocket on the back, document wallet on the back. I think there's something in this, because what did I put in? Oh, I put all my words in there. So it'll just be a little easier to get them out. Whereas that deeper pocket, I think you can only really use for much bigger stuff. Otherwise you won't get it out. So that's that. I also want to just say that on day 8, Jackie Chimes did an absolutely lovely, it's a card wallet type gift thing. And I followed along. Amazing. I just loved it. Tag there. This is the envelope for the gift card. Nice tag there to write things on. You've got a little policy holder here to put something a bit special in, or a letter. And this was the Christmas tree decoration that she made, and the pockets and stuff. I just think it's lovely. It came out lovely, and I'd be happy to give that to somebody. I went a bit mad with the sari silk, unfortunately, because I'd got the sewing machine out. Well, I think that's a wrap for the whole of the collaboration. I do hope you've all enjoyed what Rach and Bella put together for you. There's been some fantastic projects along the way. And I'd just like to say thanks so much for watching. This is Kay from the Paper Shed with Shaping Up Snowman Ephemera, which was my #ChristmasCraft23 project for the lovely Rach and Bella Crafts. I really do hope that you all have a very Merry Christmas and a fantastic 2024. Signing off for the last day of 2023 collaboration. So all that's left to say really is don't forget about the prize draw. Please go and show your love, and don't forget to like and comment on all of the videos that have been shown in this collaboration. Last but not least, a huge, massive thank you to Rach and Bella for all your motivation, your meticulous organisation, and all the hard work for bringing this amazing collaboration to us all. Well done, everyone. See you all in 2024. Bye for now.